Ooh. 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 Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. The greater one's altar, the greater one's joy. Generally, we share purpose pulls performance, the same sentiment I'm sharing now, but in a more sacred way. What is your altar? Our default altar is our own personality. Why do we do anything and everything? For ourselves. Meaningful Mornings is a workshop to make our altar more authentic and deep, to shift from our personality to a person. It could be a parent, a sibling, a spouse, a child, to persons, one's family, one's community. But one has to be more authentic and deep to evolve to a purpose. That would be society, humanity. The purpose of my life is to set up policy and leave a legacy. And finally, presence. That the reason one breathes and thinks is to be one with our own presence. I hope you're feeling more joy, because that shows that your altar is evolving. In verse 34, Sri Krishna shares with Prince Arjuna and all of us, without a guide, one will be without a God. God will be present, but we will feel he is not. A guide equals God, and I shared the same in our Upanishad course. This is a most difficult truth to accept. Why? Because our whole lives we've nourished arrogance. I'm the doer, I'm the deserver. But with a guide, there has to be humility and surrender. All of this is egolessness. Who fights against egolessness? The ego, of course. When we are active in our listening, reflecting, practicing, nididhyasana does technically mean contemplation. I shared it's practicing. Controlled environment, uncontrolled environment. Then whatever our guide sees, he is a seer. They can see what we can't see, like our potential. Then we start to see the same. In chapter 13, I'll remind you of this. One of the virtues required to let go of confusion is acharya upasana, which means to sit near a guide. If you all sat near me, you would see what I see, correct? Clothes over there, food over there. But you're sitting across from me. Look at that nice wall. This seeing is only a change in vision, not a change in perception. I go back to the simple classic example of we perceive the sun rising and setting, yet our vision is in that perception. It is only the earth that is spinning, not the sun. And this is important to note because in verse 35, Shri Krishna shares, when you start to see, Prince Arjuna, when you have this vision, you will experience that all are in you, that all are in me, as in Shri Krishna, which means there is only Advaita or oneness. I, you, Shri Krishna, all one. Our perception will still be different. Shri Krishna will always be the most handsome. But our vision will be that we have the same nature. This experience of our nature cannot be created, cannot be created. And that's why in the yajnas and the Palashruti, or the completion of the yajnas, Shri Krishna states that these yajnas are not a karma. Karmas create, actions produce. And he says the same by, this cannot be experienced by dravya. Dravya I shared with you is materials, rituals, external. That can only create that which is finite. This vision can only be created by knowledge, by jnana, not dravya, by yajna, not karma. So let go of this idea of creation and karma and dravya. Give more of yourself to jnana, or insights. And many of you may be thinking, impossible. I just don't get it. That's why there is verse 36. Ready? Api chedasi papebhyaha sarvebhyah papakrittamaha sarvam jnana plavenaiva vrijinam samtarishyasi. Api chet asi. Even if you are what? Papebhyaha. Even if you are a papi. Papi means sinner. The word papa, I've shared with you in the past, means the one who protects. Protects what? Ignorance. Ignorance is ignoring that there is more to you than your name and form. One who ignores that there's more to themselves, what do they try to do? Create oneness, create vision, create joy. That's impossible. What kind of sinner? Sarvebhyah papa krittamaha. That amongst all sinners, past, present, future, all of the humans in the world, I think we're approaching 8 billion. Even if you are the worst amongst them. That's the stipulation right now, okay? And I'll hold this there. I want everyone to close their eyes right now. And I want you to think, reflect, relive the most vicious thought or word or action you have ever engaged in. Think, reflect, relive the most vicious thought or word or action you have engaged in. Stretch, inhale, smile. You are not the worst. I can't read your minds. You are not the worst. This line does not describe any of us. But if I have this feeling, what can you help me with, Sri Krishna? Sarvam jnana plavenaiva. The boat of knowledge. The boat of knowledge can address all of the sins that we have committed, can address all of the ignoring we are committing right now. Poetically, if there's a boat, there typically is water. When we think of water, the grandest water we think of is the ocean. The ocean, for a person like Vivek, and probably you, we feel this is immeasurable. Is that a correct sentiment? Do you know how much water there is in the Pacific Ocean? It's immeasurable. Yet that's not true. Any ocean, the Pacific Ocean, is finite, is measurable. And so we have to start to reflect on this ignorance, or this papa is like Maya. Maya feels immeasurable, unendable, but that's not true. Maya is finite. Maya is endable. How? Vrijinam samtarishyasi, this boat of knowledge, helps one to cross over this ocean. Samtarishyasi will fully take us past this ocean. Now, continuing with this visualization, our nature is immeasurable. That is factual. This is unendable. Today, when I speak to the police department, my first statement to them is, there's no word such as Hinduism. I'm supposed to speak on Hinduism, but that's going to be my first statement. There's no word Hinduism. The word is Sanatana Dharma, which means infinite nature. I'm sharing the same with you. Infinite. This is what we have to know, so that this sense of I can never evolve or I can never be enlightened starts to be dismantled and destroyed. And this boat is made up of knowledge. Knowledge is a means, not an end, just like a boat, correct? How powerfully knowledge is even given its place. Lots to reflect on. Please keep reflecting. And if this is too poetic for you, to tune into this knowledge, verse 34 has already been given, offering you more. Our entire lifestyle should be dedicated to purity. This purity makes me receptive to knowledge, which makes me receptive to my nature. It's a transition of receptivity. And that's why in the happiness series I shared, our lifestyle should be oriented towards satsanga, which makes me receptive for sattva, which makes me receptive to satya, which makes me receptive to sat. So how do I start my journey to sat? With satsanga. 1 hour a week, listen to noble people. 1 hour a week, read noble people's ideas. 1 hour a week, watch your noble ideas. From inspiration to application, your ongoing application is to plan Bhagavad Gita's birthday. It's coming up fast next week. So tell me, what are you doing for her birthday? Vivekji, you're the organizer, so we'll just participate. Just think about how much you do just for a neighbor's birthday. You get onto Amazon Prime and you buy gift wrapping and so on and so forth. Come on. Tomorrow's our 200th verse. The whole year we've been with Bhagavad Gita. Do plan. Your specific application for this morning is I want you to draw this verse. Draw with no words, only pictures. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be happiness.